Not gonna lie, this whole forest here kind of reminds me of that scene in Mortal Kombat where Johnny Cage takes on Scorpion.
Get over here!
Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you with some more ZAWA for your face to enjoy. Now check this out, I got my smelly bubbles around me and I got this giant beam sticking out of my back. I did it, I made a beacon, I did a thing. Check it out, I also have the dragon backpack on my back. So if you guys did not see the live stream, we went and killed the bosses in Minecraft in that live stream. So we killed the ender dragon, I killed them twice actually so I could get a second egg. And then we also went ahead and beat the Wither as well. So I also died, so that means that I'm not going to finish this one. If this was a hardcore series, it would be over, it'd be done. But I also died in the far end. I made a greedy ender pearl throw and I pegged the side of a building, or side of the continent that was floating, a floating island, and I fell to my death. It was pretty brutal. If you would like to watch that stream, it was 4 hours of good fun. A lot of interaction from you guys in the community. It was a lot of fun. I mean, even with the death, it was a lot of fun. But I did end up losing a couple pieces of gear because I had some backup gear on while I was in the far end, just in case that actually happened. And I managed to lose, I lost my pickaxe, my silk touch pickaxe, and I lost my shield. But since then, as you can see here, I got some stuff back. All right, I got a shield. Now, it's not the shield, it's just a regular shield right now. I don't have my mending or anything on it. So I still have some things to do. Gonna AFK fish to try to get that stuff, so I still got some work I gotta do. But I did get my silk touch pick back. So I got Silk Touch 2.0 now. I did that by getting lucky on the enchanting table. I saw Unbreaking as one of the things, and I did. I got Unbreaking and Silk Touch. I was like, and then I have some efficiency books from the AFK fishing that I did earlier, and voila, here I am. I had one mending book also left. So I was able to get, I was able to put mending on there as well, so, but I don't have it for this. So I'm almost back to full strength, but the Silk Touch was a big one. That was a big one that I was really hoping to get back, and I did. All right, and we also did this. We also decorated up the welcome center. Looks so nice. I love these little plushies, actually. Really does look kind of clever, kind of nice. Yeah, turned out pretty good. Hopefully Maddie would be proud. But then, and we did the decorating outside of the welcome center as well. It looks all nice and pretty. But right now, I've got some other things I got to do. All right, we don't have an exhibit in this zoo yet, and that's a shame. All right, so I'm gonna get to work on doing an exhibit today, and you're gonna have to watch and see what exhibit it's gonna be. But we're gonna probably build it right over there. Okay. Now this terrain does not look good. Oh yeah, all the trees are gone, by the way. all those trees are gone too. I got rid of them too. So we opened up the whole valley. This exhibit is still, or this terrain is very rough, and to fix that, I'm gonna have to do a lot of landscaping now. I don't really have enough time today to do the whole park landscaping as far as clearing it down, but as far as this area where the exhibit's going to go, I can probably knock this one out. So hence why I set up the beacon there. With that beacon placed, I now can insta-mine this stuff. Look at that. Bam! I can now insta-mine this stuff, even stone, I believe. Let's see if I can't get down here to like the stone level. Where's stone? There's some stone. All right. What can I do with this thing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So I have to do a little bit of land clearing now. All right, after doing a lot, and I mean a lot of digging, I actually cut out a big portion of it at the end there just because it would have taken me forever to edit. I've been at this now for a couple hours actually working on this. Working on this since the last time you heard me speak. But I got a lot of it finished, and I need to go ahead and make this because this is going to come in real handy. Oh no, it's not that. How do I make the book? How do I make the ZAWA book? Where is that? I thought that was it. This one right here. I need to know this. Oh, it's just a regular book and kibble. Oh, okay. Good. I can keep that other book then. That means I was kind of upset that I was going to have to get rid of it. All right, so let's just stash this one back up in here. Let me go grab a regular book, and we'll make this this animal care guide kind of book. Or not the care guide, but the blue book. The one that I can actually look at the information on the animals on. Because I settled on an animal. The first animal going to be added. Thank you guys for everyone who actually suggested animals that I add as far as the first one. I like the idea of adding meerkats actually as like it being a an homage to the first one. There it is. Bam. Now that we got that, we can actually check out things. But I'm not going to just copy the last season completely. So everyone had different suggestions. There was no clear winner as to what we should add first into Cerro Gordo here. But I ended up settling on bink, red kangaroos. Okay, I didn't have those. I didn't have those at all last time. So I figured it'd be fun to actually build a habitat for them first in this zoo. So we're gonna be adding those now. If you remember the map, and I'm gonna pull it up here. That map has the kangaroos listed as just kind of behind the entrance of the zoo. And so we're going to be building in that area, and that's the part that I did a lot of terraforming on. So, as you can see here, let me get over here. I did actually get my elytra, I just don't have that thing up and running, so I'm still kind of hopping all over the place. As you can see here, here is all the work I did. Like I said, smooth it out, not flatten it completely, but just smooth it out. And obviously, I took down a lot of the hills in here. And if you look at the mini-map, right here, you can see what I'm talking about, all right? So this is kind of more smoothed out and flattened-ish, and this is very jagged and very rough terrain, so this is very difficult to build a zoo in, whereas this should be a little bit easier. Now, this is a big, ugly stone slab, but if you remember correctly, once I built the Welcome Center, this was once a big, ugly stone slab too, and it looks a whole lot more detailed now. All the way around it, actually. So that's the plan, is to make this style landscape over there and throughout the entire zoo. So that's the big plan. But as far as the red kangaroos, where are we going to put these things? Well, I figured right here behind the wall actually would be a good spot for them. Now, that map that I actually have doesn't actually... Oh, there's a zombie underneath me. That map I have doesn't actually... the kangaroos aren't going to get a huge exhibit like what I have kind of marked on there. That was just a rough map anyway. They're probably going to be nestled in right in here, kind of. And so that's where I'm going to be working today. The shoreline still needs a lot of work. It's not done yet. In fact, this whole river, let's look at the minimap again. This whole river, actually, I have got plans for. I'm planning on having it start somewhere like in here in the mountains, having a big waterfall coming out of the mountains, and then pouring into a river that connects all these bodies of water, and maybe fill in some of these other ones here, but to create this massive river, big lake right here, you know, and then that flowing into this river here and all the way down. Down. Yes, I said down, which means that I am putting rapids in that river. I wanted to do that in Wildwood, but I thought about it after the fact, and I was like, this is something I really need to plan for before I build the zoo. Well, now I'm planning for it. So I'm going to be putting rapids in the river as well to make this look way more interesting than just a regular Minecraft river. And it is going to be recessed down quite a bit, like how this cliff edge right here is, because over time, as the water's flowing, it will have worn down the rock and whatnot. So that's the plan anyway. My tools also took a beating doing that too. I had to go repair my Silk Touch shovel because that thing almost broke. But right here's where the kangaroo exhibit's going to go. Now I have to do a couple of things. I have to design a wall for these things. I also should do a little testing in a creative world someplace just to try to see how high these things can jump, because you guys have warned me that kangaroos can jump out of their pens, and so that could be a problem. Plus, I want to get to work on designing kind of this as part of their enclosure too, like this style wall as part of their enclosure-ish. Like as far as detailing along the backside where guests and residents wouldn't go. Or guests, I guess they're not really residents. People don't live here in the zoo other than the animals. But then the main bulk of the wall itself, I'm thinking of making probably out of that fir wood a little bit, and cobblestone I think would look pretty good to make the bulk of the actual wall of the enclosure. I'm going to recess this down into the ground a little bit, and then probably find out where those zombies are, and then put like wooden supports in like this here, kind of to support the walls from collapsing in, you know? That's the plan. But first I got to do a little creative work, you know, as far as in a creative world, to see if how far these kangaroos can jump. and whether they're going to escape or not. Something's not right here. I'm missing something. I'm missing an entire line of fir wood right here. All right, so I'll replace that, but then, yeah, I'm going to do a little experimenting, and then I got to get to doing a little digging right here to make a spot for the kangaroos. Okay, so I dug a hole. I dug a hole, and if you look here, it's this big portion right here, actually. It's a pretty solid chunk. Pretty big size, actually, for a kangaroo exhibit. It should give them enough room to bounce around and hop around. I did a little checking, a little fun and creative mode in a test world, and I found out that the kangaroos actually don't really jump over even steel bars. So I know people were saying that Beef had a hard time keeping them in the pen. I think what was happening on his, and this is just a guess, because I know he had on his it recessed into the ground as well, but I think he had it built up like a mound in the middle, and they were somehow jumping across to get out. I don't really know, actually, but I dug this down 3 down. They weren't even able to jump over steel bars when I did my testing on it. So this will have steel bars above it, and then it'll also have this 3-block drop here that go down. So this will actually be the ground where it's in, and I might increase the elevation a little bit in the middle, but I'm going to keep it pretty far away from the walls. Or I'll build up the back, like over there. I think I might raise it up just a little bit too, because I can, because that's where the natural hill is, so it should look pretty nice there. Now, I need to come up with a design that I'm going to put on the walls themselves, and I think for that, I'm going to do this. Now, I dug this out so that I can actually just kind of do one of these numbers, and just kind of start laying down things right in front of it. These zombies, holy cow, you know, let's find these guys right now. Found them. Creeper, can you help a brother out? Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, found where all that racket was coming from. Let's light this up. Man, those things were annoying. All right, now that the zombies have been dealt with, let's go ahead and actually not do that. Let's go ahead and get to work on building the walls of this place. Something like this. Now, I can go ahead and tweak the cobblestone to make it look however I'd like, actually. It doesn't have to just remain this. In fact, I don't really like the idea of it being cobble all the way on the top, because I'm thinking about what it's going to look like from on top there. So let's go ahead and... Oh, that was bad. Let's go ahead and bring this over... Oh, God. Bring this over like so. Is it getting nighttime? Man, time flies when you're building a kangaroo exhibit. Let me take a power nap. Creepers be creeping. All right, so I'm thinking something like that. Now, it's not actually exactly what I was planning. Let me take this out for a second here, because if I were to do something like this... Oops, not like that. Ooh, oh man, I'm getting crazy with the clicking. Let's do this. Get some of these back in my hotbar so I can fill this back in, the things I accidentally removed. If I were to replace this part with cobble, then I could actually... I'm trying to think, like, again, mining colony. I could actually... oh wow, my inventory is packed full of stuff. Look at all this. Look at all these things I collected too. While I was digging that area out. Let's see, it's in the bat backpack, I think. No, it's in the squid. Oh, by the way, I have the squid backpack. The squid backpack and the dragon backpack were the 2 that I made on the live stream. Kind of forgot to tell you guys about that. But I got that. So let's go ahead and grab these, and then let's grab some of these, and let's grab some of these. And then let's, oh my gosh, my inventory is already messed. This is just like season 1 all over again. Let's go ahead and start sprinkling these in here, like so. Yeah, that should work pretty good for like a wall keeping the kangaroos in place. Hopefully they don't like suffocate in this. I don't think they can. I don't think they can like go under here. I don't know, actually. I didn't test that, but hopefully that'll be good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this pattern in all the way around here, because I'm going to need to, including up there. I think I'll leave that part undone, because I got to do the land in here first before I get too crazy on that. But I'll do it on this side here. Okay, now comes the tedious process of actually building the landscape for these things. Now, red kangaroos live in Australia, it looks like. I did a quick wiki search, and their environment is very dry and arid. So we're talking like an arid, dry plains kind of looking thing. And I was looking up sand, because I'm going to incorporate sand in this. And I saw this stuff right here, sandy dirt. And I don't know where it is. Like, I don't have any of this stuff. But I would love to find it. So I can make coarse sandy dirt, and then I could not have to worry about the grass growing on top of it. And I don't really have any of it. This is like my whatever, kind of could be a sand chest or whatever. I don't really have any of it. So I'm looking at the map, and I was looking, according to the wiki, it spawns in dry kind of environments. Well, down here we have this brushland, and we also have a savanna. I'm hoping to find it in one of those two, because I think this, there's a brushland region also right here, which is a little bit closer. But then this chaparral right here, I think just has like loamy dirt in it or something. And then we're starting to get into some more lush forests up here. So this probably isn't it. Unless it's in the steppe. I don't know. I gotta look around. But I need to get to places to actually do that, because I wouldn't mind finding that to incorporate into this building. To do that, we're gonna dust off the elytra, make some rockets here, and actually get going into the sky. Bam! All right, we got some rockets. Let's go ahead and equip these. These do not. This doesn't have mending on it at the moment, but as long as I don't break them, I should be all right. I think I can put unbreaking on them, though, right now, because I'm pretty sure I have that somewhere. Unbreaking, yes, at flame, but that's not going to do much. But, yeah, let's throw unbreaking on these things, actually, right away. That way, when I do get a mending book, I can add that. And also, they don't break as fast. Okay, so I was going to hop in the portal and just go over to where the cave spider spawner is, but I think I'm going to take my main flight right here, because... as you can see where we're at here, just down here is the brushlands. That's all I need to get to, and that'll answer whether or not it's in this brushlands. It won't answer whether they're in the savanna or not. I'll just have to fly all the way down there. So, and plus I'll get a good view of what I got done so far. So, there we go. Flying in 112 is a little rough. All right, so that's what I got done so far. Look at us up in the sky. Woohoo! We're flying. We are flying. So that's the exhibit so far. Working on that. But let's get over here to the brushlands. And we'll actually see if this this sandy dirt is over here. Alright, so this is the brushlands right here. I did bring just an unbreaking shovel because I do have silk touch on mine. What are you? Sandy grass block. I found it. Wow, that was actually pretty easy. Alright, so I did, like I said, grab just a regular unbreaking shovel here so that I can collect this stuff without it being grass anymore. Because grass will grow onto it naturally anyway. Alright, so I'm going to collect up a couple bits of this stuff, at least a stack or two. Probably 3 or 4. I'll be here for a little bit. But then we'll head back and get to building on this place. Okay, I might have went a little overboard. I collected up a whole bunch of it, actually. Because this stuff looks fantastic, actually. And I think I might even incorporate it into the regular landscape around here as well. Whoa, big leg spike. I can't really be having leg spikes while I'm trying to land. Alright, there are some more things I need to get, but this is the wall that I was talking about, put in all its glory. I also raised up that back a little bit there for just the base, but I do need to remove the stone now. And then get to work on replace, like, this layer right here. I got to remove this. And probably a little bit under there. And then get to work on actually coming up with a pallet I want to use for the land in this area. I also do want to add a water feature in here so that the kangaroos have water. And as far as, you know, the food and whatnot, I can put the food barrels in here and stuff. As of right now, I'm kind of, it's a toss-up right now whether or not I'm going to tame them. I wanted to tame them. I was planning on taming them, all this stuff. But thinking about caring for, you guys remember last season? Do you guys remember last season? I had like 40-some animals. Caring for all of them while continuing to build might be very difficult. I would actually basically need a zookeeper to help me care for them. So I'm kind of torn right now whether or not I'm even going to tame these things, because if I don't tame them, then I don't have to worry about constantly keeping them fed. So I'm not too sure, because if I'm working on an exhibit or working on a big landscaping project or whatever, and some of them starve to death, I will be just mortified. It'll be horrific, you know. So anyway, I'm thinking about just leaving them wild and naming them again for that reason, because then it'll be easier. But I will absolutely treat them as if they're tame. Like, I'll put a food barrel in here and all that other fun stuff. But I don't know if they'll eat from it. I'm learning a lot about this mod pack playing it. But alright, I gotta remove this ground and then come up with a pallet. Alright, so I got that layer removed now. Now, like most things that I do on these exhibits, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a layer of grass, okay? Now, most of this is probably going to change. A big portion of it, but it gives me a blank palette to work with, and then I'll get to adding all the other exhibits or all the other blocks into it to make it look a certain way. But I'm thinking about adding grass down as just the blank for right now. It's either that or I should add, because it's a dry environment. No, I'll do grass. Grass, I'll stick to what I know. I'll do grass. I was gonna try to maybe change it up to coarse dirt or something. I got a bunch of grass back in my little hidey hole in the back part of the zoo, so let me fill this whole area in with grass, and then we'll get to work on sprinkling in all the other blocks to make it look kind of like a dry, arid environment. So if you are building like a plains or something and you want to make a dry area, this might be a helpful tip for you. Okay, the grass has been put in throughout the entire exhibit. Really changes up this place, the feel of it, the whole shebang here. And then, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in some coarse dirt and some of this coarse sandy dirt. Now, I'm thinking the coarse sandy dirt won't be covered up by grass. I don't think the grass will grow onto it. So now I have to go ahead and I have to go through. Oh yeah, let me get my better shovel over here. Go through and punch out a lot of this stuff and sprinkle in this stuff throughout this whole build. And that's going to be a thing. It's going to be quite a feat. So I got to go ahead and, like I said, knock out the grass in various spots. Big chunks of it, actually, because this whole thing is supposed to be rather arid. Now, I do want to put a water feature in. Ooh, I forgot about that. I want to put a water feature in, probably right here, actually, is where I probably want to put it. So let's go ahead and mark that out real quick before I get too carried away. It doesn't have to be very big, just a small pond I'm thinking will be fine. Even like that, I think will be fine. I'd have to do that up the bottom of it, of course, just something small. That way they have water in this area. It does make sense to put it up there unless I actually have the water flowing down, which I could. But most of these areas that it looks like they're in from the images I've seen are kind of flat for the most part, so we're going to stick with that. All right, water feature. Just add water, do that up the bottom a little bit so it doesn't look so weird. And then I'm going to sprinkle in this coarse dirt and coarse sandy dirt in places. Ta-da! What do you guys think? All right, I went ahead and sprinkled in some stuff. I also went and grabbed some red sand from over in the mesa quick in between cuts here, and sprinkled that in here as well, as well as regular sand to make it look a little bit more arid and dry. Now this is not finished by any means. This is just the beginning. But this is where the water feature is going to go. So I want to go there. I went ahead and also grabbed some brown terracotta. Remember, this is if you watched last season, I used this as a replacement for the mud because although the mud is fantastic, animals get stuck in it. Now, it's only 1 deep, so I don't think any kangaroos are going to be drowning in it. Plus, I think they can swim. It looks like there's water and stuff in here. Can I fill this up even though nothing's there? Yes, I can. Okay, so it's a little glitchy. Something's happening there. But let's go ahead and create an infinite water source here and start spreading this out then so that we can get water in our pond. Ta-da! Water in our pond. All right, done. Now, can I put this back here? I don't know what's up with the water showing 0 of whatever. That's very strange. That is definitely a bug. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, there's still something else I want to put in here. I want to put in some trees. Now, I was planning on putting like a custom tree in here to really make this work, but honestly, the dynamic trees, there's a couple of options that are really good. And right now, I'm thinking just the ebony trees actually will probably look really good here. I was gonna do an acacia tree, but I think the ebony ones might look a little bit better. So let's go ahead and grab our rockets. Let's fly on out of here. Let's take a quick peek back and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's a nice little exhibit right there at the entranceway. It should be kind of fun. I do have to work on the pathing and the landscape around it still to make it blend in and look all nice and pretty, similar to what I did at the Welcome Center. And I'll work on that in between episodes. But I do want to get this exhibit finished today. Get your thinking caps on, though, because I have 2 red kangaroos, and I need to put them in there, so I need your names. Need names for these things, otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to name them, to be honest. My brain's not working for that. Oh, gravel. I was going to put gravel in there, too. I'll still sprinkle that in someplace. Plus, I want to add stone piles, the whole shebang into that area. Little small stone piles. Now, right here. Okay, so here we go. We got a couple of these now. I'm just going to add 1 tree. And I might just let it grow, although it can actually give it a little bit of a boost with some bone meal. And but I might just let it grow also. But I think this will look good for an area that's supposed to be dry and arid. I think that works pretty good. And I don't want to fill it in too much. Yeah, I might end up coming back and grabbing another one of these pods if I want to put in a second tree. But I don't want to fill it in too much because it's supposed to be kind of an open area. Now, there's also other things I can do to this place to make it look even better than this. This just kind of looks like speckled land right now. So the viewing area is probably going to be over here, if not up there. So I don't really, because on the backside here, probably not so much, because that's where the river is. So I'm thinking right about there. Let's go ahead and give this thing a little juice. Okay, well, if I'm only putting 1 tree in here for some kind of like shade for them, then that means that I'm going to have to, man, I need to get my inventory sorted again. I'm going to have to add other things in here to make this work with like the land then, so that it's more interesting than what's actually here. Because right now this is still just kind of it's kind of good. It's not bad. I mean, if you came up with this and you said, ta-da, it's done, I would believe it. It looks pretty good for an exhibit. But we're going to add a little bit more to this. Which one am I looking for here? Is it the backpack pack? I'm looking for smooth stone. Where did I put that? It's probably building blocks. Right here. All right. We're adding the stone piles is what we're doing. All right, so right here I think would make for an excellent stone pile. Just a small little feature kind of here in the kind of in the center-ish of the exhibit itself. Where's cobblestone? Oop, misclicked. It's cobblestone. Or not the center of the exhibit, but just kind of out here in the edge, on the edge of the exhibit at least. Little stone piles like that. Now, can they hop across from here to here? I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully not. Otherwise, I'm moving that back. Oh, is it getting nighttime already? Holy cow. I'm going to add another one probably up here. A smaller one, I'm thinking. Nothing too fancy on this one here. Let's go ahead and knock out this and put some gravel actually in there. And let's get a backpack out here so that I can take a power nap. And then we're going to keep on decorating this area. I'm going to be adding a lot of other little features into this too, like some plants. Obviously, tall grass is a must for this area. Now, there's also something I need to do to that grass. There's some spots I'm going to use to make path blocks. That's really going to make this pop because the path block has that yellowish look, and that kind of matches this actually. So it's going to really make it kind of pop as far as it being arid or dry, and that's the idea, of course. Let's go ahead and replace this with stone. Actually, I think that would look pretty good. Throw in a little bits of actual stone, and then where's the gravel again? And gravel as well, like so. I'm going to do this to the other one as well. So I'm thinking that's probably it, except for maybe some even smaller stone piles, like something like this. And then you replace some of the land on the outside here with the other features that identify it as a stone pile, like so. So I think that's it for the stone piles. Let's just move all this. Oh, actually, I need this and this because I do want to go through and put in a couple pieces of gravel throughout this as well. It should be a relatively predominant block throughout this to make it look kind of more dry and arid and not full of life, you know? That's the idea anyway. So let me get around to throwing in a few pieces of gravel in here, maybe the occasional stone block, and then we'll get onto the vegetation. All right, as far as plants go, vegetation, I'm kind of limited at the moment. I don't have a whole lot of options. I did collect some stuff as I was out exploring and catching animals and whatnot, and I'm going to try to use that. I went ahead and added the path blocks, as you can see, as I'm flying in, coming in from a landing here. So the path blocks are all added now. So this is the final land, I think, as of right now. I kind of like it. All right, I also made sure to make that, like, keep those little bits of blocks you see underneath here all matching up and lined up whenever I do the path block, because that's one of those really little small details that annoy me really bad if I don't do that. So I went ahead and got that. Now, I picked out all of the stuff that I have that I think would work good. I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't really want to put cactus in here because I don't know if they can run into that. So, and plus, I'm not sure exactly if there's a whole lot of cacti where they live. So these things, though, these dead bushes, though, I can absolutely sprinkle in occasionally throughout here too, because that'll work pretty good for this area. I think that'll really make this place kind of look arid and dry, and sort of like some stuff just didn't quite make it in the sun, you know. That's probably good enough. I don't want to overdo it with that. So let's put those away. I got some river cane also. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Reeds, though, are definitely something. Now, these things last time in the previous version, I had to jump to place. It was like you had to place them while you're falling, which is weird. I might still have to do that. Looks like it. Hold on. Maybe I just won't place them. Oh, there we go. Got one. Like I said, they're kind of touchy. They're kind of difficult. There we go. Got two. I have no idea why that's the case. Now, I don't really want to overdo it with reeds in this area, so maybe one more right around here, if I can get it to place. Got it. Awesome. It's turning nighttime once again. But I did get also some dried bamboo and some dried leaf piles, because underneath this tree here, there might be some of these guys laying around, you know? Thinking that's probably true, maybe even spread out a little bit. Something like that. You know, a couple of dead leaves here or there, kind of spread out. Let me power nap real fast, and then we'll get on to the rest of the decorations. All right, dried bamboo. I thought this would be a good little feature to add someplace where there might be some dead space, maybe in that back area right there, actually. I think this will look good if we kind of throw some of this on here. I can't stack it, it looks like, on top of itself. I wonder if this stuff actually grows. I mean, it's dried bamboo, so I think it's done growing. It's reached the end of its life cycle. Let's just spread this out just a little bit, though. Like that. Now, this stuff they can't jump on, or at least I can't jump on it, so I'm hoping that means that they can't either. Nope, don't like that. I mean, that's not as... let's just leave it at 2. And then I also have a whole bunch of these sea oats. These things you have to collect with shears on beaches and the sands next to water, and that's what I did. So let's go ahead and slap these bad boys down periodically in places. kind of spread them out a little bit. Maybe throw a couple up here as well. On the back side here would be a good one. River cane, do I want to do this? Is this something I want to actually add? No, I don't think so. I think that's more for like a little bit more lively environment, and I'm not really thinking this matches up. All right, so that's basically it. Now, where is... oh, I have it in my hotbar. This one. All right, let's go grab some of this. Let's grab all the bones here because I'm going to need a whole bunch of bone meal. I'm going to go through this. I also want to go ahead and make a bunch of buttons because we're going to add those, especially around the stone piles. And we're going to make that look really nice. Let's see. Let's just yeet one right there on top of that other stone. Right here. Like I said, kind of around these stone piles especially. Let's make sure we get this one as well. Like so. Alright, good. And then the rest of them can be sprinkled in periodically throughout the exhibit. So then we can go through with the bone meal. And we should be able to decorate this place up real nice. Let's get a couple of this growing tall grass. I guess flowers. I'm trying to think if because normally I have like this thing against flowers, except for in this biome that I'm working in right now, I'm not too worried about it. But as far as the area here for the kangaroos, I guess poppies I won't mind, but I think the yellow flowers don't really work so well because poppies. Actually, no, the yellow flowers probably work fine. Let's put that back. Yeah, we'll leave the flowers. We'll just leave them. How about that? How about them apples? Changing up. I'm trying to be more open to other new ideas, you know. Okay, well, limited ideas. As you can see now, if you take a step back and look, this is starting to look more like a field actually, and that's because of these little added details with the plants that I'm adding, for sure. All right, so now let me get the rocket so I can get out of here. Like I said, next episode I'll add the kangaroos. I just need. Whoa! I just probably ran into that. I'll add the kangaroos. I need some names though for this people, for these kangaroos people, if you could. Right here is where they're gonna go, and hopefully the kangaroos actually stay in there. I think it looks like a good kangaroo exhibit. I need to know these things in the comment section as well. I am, of course, going to add in these guys though, because it's kind of important to make sure that they don't get out. Like I said, I'll do the landscaping around the exhibits. Oh, jeez, that haste. The landscaping around the exhibits, like this and everything, I'll do that in between episodes. Oh boy, yeah, got it. All right, there it is, the finished enclosure for the kangaroos. I think it turned out pretty good actually for a first exhibit. Not too shabby. Like I said, I got 2 kangaroos. They're right here, red kangaroos. I'm going to put them in the pen next episode, so if you guys could drop your names down in the comments section. But I think that's a finished episode. Look at that. We actually have an exhibit. All right, Cerro Gordo Zoo actually has an exhibit. All right, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. I will be back next week with more zoo and wild animal mod for you guys to enjoy. Thanks again for watching, and bye-bye.